Consistency might be the reason you're failing in life. I know how that sounds. Every video you've ever watched has told you to be more consistent. Consistent with your workouts, consistent with your content, consistent with showing up. And that's true. But nobody ever tells you the other side of that coin. You can be consistent with the wrong things too. And being consistent with the wrong things can wreck your life. So here's what I mean. Consistency isn't good or bad on its own. It's just a multiplier. Whatever you repeat, you amplify. So if you're consistently doing things that move your life forward, you compound. But if you're consistently doing things that don't move the needle or consistently doing nothing at all, you also compound just backwards. And it's slow enough that you don't even notice until one day you look up and realize months, maybe years have passed, and you're not even sure who you are, how you got here, and things like that. So today I want to walk through 4 areas where I had to stop and ask myself, what am I being consistent with? Because some of my consistency is the problem. The first area is spending. I had to get honest with myself about how consistently I was spending money on fast food, DoorDash, or random stuff off Amazon that I didn't actually need, at least not at the moment. While there were real things sitting there that needed to be handled, that's consistency working against me. I wasn't being inconsistent with my money. I was being very consistent, just consistently leaking it in the wrong direction. Like I can talk myself into buying anything because I look at it like, oh, well, this is just one extra haircut or this is just a couple extra trips on Uber or whatever the case is. And that's not a good way of looking at things. Like, bro, what are we doing for real? And that brings me to my next point, which is money management. And this is bigger than just spend less. It's about being a good steward over what I actually have. Yes, I need to work on bringing in more, but bringing in more doesn't fix anything if I'm not budgeting it and managing it well once it's in my hands. Consistency here isn't just about consistently making money. It's about consistently tracking it, directing it, and respecting it. Like if you don't know where every dollar is going and if you're not having your money work for you in some form or fashion, whether that's investing in like your stocks, bonds, starting a business, selling digital products, physical products, whatever the case is, if you're not actively planning for those things and seeing where your money's actually going, you are doing yourself a disservice. And this is something that I had to learn and that I am honestly learning every day. You know what I'm saying? Now, this third one is probably the most talked about, but again, it's the most one ain't nobody doing for real. So the third one is health, working out and eating right. Um, I had to get real about not being intentional with moving my body and not being conscious about what I'm putting into it. It's easy to be consistent with comfort, consistently skipping the gym, consistently eating the things that don't serve you, but that's still consistency. It's just pointed in the wrong direction. Being physically successful takes the same discipline as anything else. Being physically successful takes the same discipline as anything else. It's just discipline aimed at something that builds you up instead of something that wears you down. Health is wealth, man. Yeah, like it can be something as simple as 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute walk every day. Going to the gym and doing some weight training. Heck, it can be just doing sit-ups, push-ups, and squats in your house, in the room. Anything simple, just actively moving my body every day and consistently watching the things that I put into it. Ideally, I want to eat whole foods, basically nothing processed, so no bags, no boxes, things like that, no fast food and stuff like that that's heavily processed. Just real foods if it didn't grow like that, or I do eat meat, so if it wasn't butchered like that, then yeah, I shouldn't be eating it. And that's kind of where I'm at. And this last one, I really didn't want to put on here, but let's just go ahead and get into it. The fourth one, I'll be honest with this one, is smoking. I'm definitely pro 420. Uh, so I'm not coming at this from a preachy place, but I do think there comes a point where we have to put it down, at least for a season, so you can actually be sober enough to feel what you need to feel and focus on what you need to focus on. Sometimes consistency with something, even something you enjoy, can quietly become a way of avoiding the things you actually need to deal with. I had that issue really bad, like using marijuana as a way to self-medicate, a way to not feel all of the feels and the things that are going on and the pressures of life. And that's not good. That's not healthy. It becomes toxic at that point. And it was a change that I had to make. And so that's what I am doing. I am actively trying not to smoke. And because it had become such a heavy part on my day, something that I'm doing and something that I'm implementing to make this change is anytime that I have that urge where I want to go and smoke or have a drink or whatever the case is, I use that time to create content. Because I think it's more than ignoring it. We have to replace it with habits that we want to accomplish. So if I can continue to record videos like this and just all of my different content that I want to get done, I don't have time to think about smoking and yeah, wanting to get high and things like that. So that's it. Four areas where I had to take a hard look at what I was being consistent with, not whether I was consistent, but what consistency was actually building. So I want you to ask yourself the same thing. Out of these four, spending, money management, health, or that thing you use to numb it, just naming it is the first step to flipping it from working against you to working for you. I'm Mr. Lee. I'll catch y'all in the next video.